I remember one thing about the letter duet was that we would go and go and go and run around and run in circles and run both sides, and then we would stop, and there was this sort of, I think Michael called it the choreographed orgasm, where we would stop and then we'd put the letter in our mouth, and then we slowly, like, it was sort of the end of the letter duet, and maybe it was kind of obvious, I can't tell from the audience point of view, but after we'd done all this stuff, and we had done all these lifts, and we were still trying to like hold each other back up, and then it was like, there was just no way it was going to happen. And then I found a letter, and I put it in my mouth, and I gave it to Larissa, and she and I would hold the letter in our mouth and slowly go down to the ground and slowly back up to the very corner of the stage on a diagonal. And then once we got there, I would lay down in her lap and then fall asleep. And then she'd leave me. But it was funny because we'd run around and we'd be doing so much stuff and so much shit, and it's so technical, and we had to always, like I hurt my back at one point, we had to always watch my back, but we wouldn't sweat through all of that. And then right when we got to the letter duet and we put the letter in our mouth, we just started pouring sweat. And like every performance, especially performance nights, like the letter would get so wet from like the sweat dripping down from our noses. Because just like something about that, like that's when like all of that stuff that builds and you can control, like then it's just completely emotional tension. That's all that is. It's just how slow can you force yourself to slow down this one part and go back as slow as you can with each other before you fall asleep. Which, yeah, it's a lot like sex.